Hi, I'm Gemma, realtor with Remax Crosstown, and I'm here today with Michael Brooks from the Mortgage Center, and we're going to talk about the important rules that are coming into effect in January 1st, 2018. Hi Michael, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you, Gemma?
I'm good, thank you very much. So please, Michael, educate us on what's going to happen.
Sure, Gemma. The new rules coming into effect January 1st, 2018 are aimed at folks with 20% or more down payment, or the uninsured mortgage market. Currently, folks with 20% down that are getting mortgages with CMHC insurance on them are already qualifying under a stress test using the Bank of Canada's posted rate, which is currently 4.99%. The new rule states that all mortgages, including those with more than 20% down, will now be qualified using a stress test. The test itself is changing a little bit when it comes to the uninsured mortgages and is going to be the greater of the Bank of Canada's posted rate or the rate you'll be paying on plus 2%.
Okay, would you have an example for us?
Definitely. Currently, a family earning a combined income of around $100,000 annually with 20% down payment today using a rate of about 2.89% as an example, somewhere around 2% lower than the Bank of Canada's rate, could potentially qualify for a home of around $725,000.
Wow, that's pretty good. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. But if that same family applies for a mortgage after January 1st, they'd qualify for a home worth around $570,000.
Oh my goodness, this is a huge difference.
Yeah, for sure. And that's using the Bank of Canada's posted rate as an example. But
Yes.
let's use the other example now. So we'll use a base rate of 3.09% and add 2% to that for qualifying. So with that increase, that makes the qualifying rate 5.09%. Under the current rules, they would qualify for a home worth around $700,000 at 3.09. Under the new rules at 5.09% for qualifying, they would qualify for a home worth somewhere in the neighborhood of $560,000.
Oh my goodness.
So you can see there's a very big difference
Yes.
in what people are going to
Absolutely.
qualify for after January 1st.
Absolutely. Now, what about renewal? What about people who are going to renew their mortgage? What should they do? What's going to happen for them?
For sure, and renewals is a big question as well.
Yes.
Currently, on a renewal, you have the option of switching lenders to get a better rate. Okay? Most times, people switch not just for a better rate, but maybe because they want to consolidate debts or do other things with their mortgage. And because of that, they may need to qualify at the lower rate in order to qualify to increase their mortgage or do other things like that. But with the new stress test that's coming in, when your mortgage is up for renewal and you want to switch lenders, in order to switch lenders, you will have to qualify at the new stress test, which is the rate you're going to get plus 2%. So that in itself may limit people's ability to switch because they may not qualify anymore.
That's it.
So they'll
Yeah.
be stuck staying with their current lender and just signing
Right.
back their renewals. They
Right.
won't have the option of switching.
Yes. Do you think the stress test will cause the sellers to drop their prices?
I think the overall effect is definitely going to have a dampening on the market. I think you're going to see probably a 2 to 4% drop initially, and we'll see how it plays out, but maybe more down the road.
Okay.
So yes, I do think that prices are going to come down.
Okay, so what would you advise my buyers now to do? Like, we still have a little bit of time before January comes.
Yep.
What would you advise them to do?
Okay, well, first of all, buyers that have less than 20% down payment, they don't really need to worry because they've already been qualifying under a stress test, okay? So that's not going to change. So they shouldn't worry that the January 1st rule changes are going to affect them at all. The people with 20% down payment or more, they're the ones that are going to be affected by the new rule change. So there's a few things that they can do. First of all, they can try and limit their exposure to consumer credit. They can pay down their credit cards, lines of credit, anything else that's going to count against them for qualifying, and try and limit their exposure because that may help them qualify for more of a mortgage even with the stress test. The second thing might be if you have 20% down payment and you're trying to avoid the CMHC insurance, but the new stress test rule is going to affect you if we add 2% to your rate for qualifying, then maybe, depending on circumstances, it might be better to put 19.9% down payment, qualify under the insured rules, get a lower rate, and pay the insurance fee on your mortgage.
Oh, that's very
Maybe
good.
you would qualify at that point. That's
I
another
see.
alternative we can look at. But there are things we can do to still help these people
Wow.
qualify.
Oh.
If you're in the market right now I would suggest getting in sooner than later.
Okay.
Hopefully you can find a house that you like, but yes, get that offer in before January 1st and lock it up.
Offer in?
Yep.
Okay, you don't have to close the deal before January 1st.
No, but we do need to get a mortgage approval in place before January 1st.
And how long does this take to get the mortgage approval, approximately?
Typically up to a week,
Up to a week.
at the most. It could be
Okay.
only a few days, 24
Okay.
to 48 hours, but
Okay.
it could be a week.
So you could shop for a home for Christmas.
Yes, absolutely. It could be a great Christmas present.
Great Christmas present, definitely.
So-
Thank you so much, Michael. It was a pleasure to talk to you. And if you have any question, please contact either Michael or I, and you will have our information at the end of the video. Have a great day.